Hi, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Nathan's 3D Factory. In this episode, I've had viewers request modeling a bathtub. So, this is what we're going to do in this episode today. So, to start out, I'm going to use this cube as a reference for what we're going to do for our space, okay? So, first thing that I want to do is I want to resize this for a standard bathtub size. Now, I'm doing this in imperial units. So, this is what I know best because my day job is architectural drafter, okay? So standard size bathtub is going to be a 30 by 60 tub size, okay? But I want to have this so that we have the ceiling height as well because I'm going to add a surround to the bathtub. So first of all, the X dimension I'm going to put as 60, Y dimension 30, and then Z dimension 96, okay? And then I'm going to apply the scale by pressing Control A, scale. There we go. So now that I have that set up, I'm just going to call this room. And then I'm going to do a couple things here where I'm going to go in, press 3 on there after I press tab into the edit mode. So then I can select my faces, X faces. Also, I want to recalculate the normals. So I'm going to do Shift N, and I want to have inside. So then all the normals are going to be facing inside here. So this is just kind of a little bit better practice, you know? And then I am going to duplicate this face right here by doing Shift D, Escape, and then I'm going to press P, and then I'm going to separate this selection. Now that we have that taken care of, I'm going to put this into my reference, okay? I'm going to move that into here. So then once I have that set up, I'm not going to be able to select this, just this, okay? Now I'm going to call this one Tub. Okay. Now, next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to tab into edit mode. I'm going to press A to select all. Once I do that, I'm going to move this up in the Z direction 18 inches. G, Z, 18. Okay? And then next what I want to do is I want to take just these three edges. I'm going to go 2 on my numbers and just select the edges. I'm going to press Shift D, Escape, so that I can duplicate that and just keep it in the same spot. Now, I want to turn on my snaps right now. I'm going to get it to vertex, E, Z. So I'll extrude just those edges in the Z direction. Okay, now I have this as full height, but a typical surround will go up to 7 feet high. So I'm going to take it G, Z. I'm going to take it 12 down. Okay. And so now I have that surround, and I want to take those items and separate them. So what I'll do is I'll get into face select mode, take all those, P selection. Okay. And now what I'll do is I'll take all these faces, and rather than extrude them like I would typically do in the past, I'm actually going to take Control F, and then I'm going to solidify those faces. All right. And then I'm going to take that 1 inch. Well, essentially it's going to be one blender unit, but I'm treating these as inches, right? Okay. So now I have those solidified. I'm going to get out of there. This tub.001 I'm going to call surround. Okay. There we go. Now I'm going to go back into my tub, and then I'm going to take this edge, 2 for edge select. We will get that down 18 inches or match with the floor. And now I'm going to start doing some stuff where I'm going to take this and curve the edge, right? So I'm going to press Control B for bevel. All right, and now I want to do that as a 1-inch bevel. So I'm also going to change the segments to 3. There we go. Next, I'm going to take this face by pressing 3, face select, and then I'm going to press I for inset. And I want to inset that 4 inches. Okay. And then I'm going to extrude this all the way to the floor. And then I'm going to bring it up 2 inches on the Z-axis. There we go. So now I want to have just this item as being locally viewed. So I'm going to press the slash key. And then I have just this item here. Okay. So now I'm going to change this to edge select. Okay. And then I'm going to take just these 2 edges and bevel them by pressing Control B. Okay. On the width there, actually, I'm going to take it back a step here. Okay. So, okay. Before I do that, another step that I've been doing is that I've been measuring this. So I'll go to the measure tool right here. And then I'm going to take from here to here. I have 21 on this. Now to erase this measurement, I can just press X while I'm still in the measure tool. Okay. So we know that 21 is going to get us the entire width of this bathtub. Okay. So I'm going to take my bevels. I'm going to do Control B. And then I'm going to add in, basically I'm going to do 21 divided by 2, which is going to be 10.5. And I want to increase the segments on this. I'm going to increase it to 5. So now we have this kind of just looping around the back. And then next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go to all these by going from here, pressing Control to select all those edges. And then I'm going to press G to grab this. I'll do it along the x-axis, -6 units. Okay. So then we have kind of a slope going down the back right there. These guys right here, I'm going to bevel as well. But I'm only going to do that, let's see, I'm going to do that 2 inches. But I'm going to just do 3 segments on this, okay? So, next thing to do for rounding this out, then I'm going to take these. I'll do Control B again. Let's do that 1 inch. There we go. So, let's take a moment just to look at what we've got so far, okay? So we have the tub, and then if we press the slash key, then we have our room reference, and we have our surround going around this, okay? So, the items that we're lacking right now are that we're lacking a drain hole, we're lacking like a vent spot right here, and then also faucet, valve, and shower head, okay? So, that's what we're going to work on next. So we'll go back in, we'll just push the slash, go just into the tub right now. So now, I want to get the middle of this tub here, and I'm going to go into face select, Shift S, cursor to selected, because this is a little bit off of center right here at the bottom of this tub, but we want to center that drain hole, okay? So now I'm going to press Shift A, and I'm going to add a circle. Now, I want to take the vertices from 32 to 8. I'm going to keep the radius where it's at. Now, if I go into the top view, I'm just going to grab this and take it along the x-axis. I'm not going to be exactly accurate with this, okay? So, now we have a drain hole right here. So, I'm going to have to cut this out of the bottom of the tub, right? So, this takes a few steps, so this may be a little monotonous, but bear with me on this, okay? So one thing I'll have to do is I'll have to put a cut right here. I want to try and keep some consistent geometry. Okay. So I have end guns on this. I'm going to admit that's not the best modeling practice, but it's what I do, and this is a simple get started type of thing, right? Yes, there's a little more complication with it, but this gets you going, right? I'm going to subdivide this. I'm going to go back into my edge mode. I'm going to join these two together. Okay, there we go. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this face and I'm going to delete it. So now I have to go and fix this, right? All right, so now I'm going to take those. So this kind of gives you an idea of just kind of retopoing this, so to speak. So, okay. Here we go. Keep it going here. So, all right. And usually I don't like to do triangles just because it gets like really ugly, but in this case it's just, I'm going to do that just for the sake of this, right? There we go. Okay. Okay, now so now subdivide this. And X I want to do. Okay, and then I'm going to take this item here, do a control select right here. All right. And another loop cut here. So I got like at least some quads here. Try to make some semblance of sanity here, right? I'll just join those two together. All right. Then I'll just take these faces. I'm going to duplicate them across. All right. And then I'm going to press the period sign, the period key, just to get a 3D cursor origin. And I'm going to do a Shift D, S, Y, -1. Okay, so then we have exact symmetry there. And I'm going to remove doubles here by distance. I'm going to press M by distance. Okay. Got rid of a few vertices there that we didn't need, right? Okay. Now, go back into vertex selection mode. I'll do another subdivide here. Okay. So, and I'll do another one right here. All right. Okay. And I'll even subdivide right here too. Get into edge, edge, edge. Subdivide. Okay. And then once I got these, get these, subdivide these. Okay. Okay, so I'll just take these and Just get these all finished up here. And all right, so I'm taking these, turn them to that. All right, so now it actually turned out better here, I think, with the topology. So if I can take these two and I'll go to that face mode. Let's see, actually edge mode, sorry. Okay. So you'll see also that I do a lot of correction with this. So all right, let's see. Okay, get those. All right, and I can just merge those. Those became redundant, so this is what happens when you go through the creative process and you see things, it's like, oh no, I don't like that, you know? All right, so I'll take these two and I'm gonna merge them at center. So kind of loosen those up. And another thing I can do is I can kind of dissolve those for a moment. All right. Then I can do this here, right? Just say, all right, well, I want to do that. And I want to subdivide that twice. So, and then what's nice is I can press these for like kind of joining these up by doing J. I don't have to do F because this is, you know what? It's all taken care of. So, anyway, so that's kind of an idea of just getting some of the topology created. Yeah, I know this wasn't the most ideal, but I got something going for us here, you know? So, now I got the drain hole. And I'm going to actually copy this, okay? I don't want to create another circle. I'll just do Shift D. I'm going to separate that. I'll just extrude that up, 0.5. Now, I'm going to solidify these faces, right? Do Control F, solidify faces. Okay, -1. Got some stuff to fix up on this here. So we're going to find out what that was, right? So my guess is that there's some normals that need to be recalculated. So we're going to look at that. So I undid that. Shift N. Now let's try this again. And also, I'm going to just do this for kind of a safe measure. I'm going to do M by distance, just in case if I've got any duplicates here, right? Now let's try this again. Control F. There we go. That's much better. 0.25 negative. Okay. You can always adjust this if it just doesn't look right. A lot of this sometimes, like I'll just do kind of just looking at it, if it's some kind of a component like a drain or something. Like with a tub, I've got a good idea of what the dimensions are. But stuff like, drains, I get approximations, Okay, so that one I'll just call drain. Okay. And then I can do a duplicate of that by taking this and doing Shift D, Z, 12. Okay. Now I'm going to rotate this, but I'm also going to redo the origin on this, okay? Okay, let's see. Cursor to selected. So now I'm going to right click on here. And then I'm going to do set origin to 3D cursor. R, Y 90. Okay. Now I'm going to pull that against this edge of the tub. X, not Y. Okay. Now, I want to get rid of these right here, right? And I just want this to just be a solid object. So first I'm going to do Alt F. I'll get rid of these as well by getting rid of the faces. X faces. Okay. And then 2. There we go. I'm going to dissolve those vertices. Do the same here. Dissolve vertices. All right, so we'll call this brain vent. There we go. So, is this a very intense tutorial here? You bet it is. Okay. So, got that taken care of. So now I've modeled those out. Also, we can see that we have just a couple of things here that just, they don't look quite right, right? We can shade smooth is one of the things that we can do. Same thing here, shade smooth. So also I can do Control 2. Control 2. And then that smooths it out. But then we're kind of left with kind of some dumb stuff here, right? So I'm going to add an edge loop. All right, I'm going to do that at about 0.9. I still don't quite like it. Let's see. There we go. I'm also going to inset right here too. So I'll do face selection. I. Okay, there we go. Now I got a little more control on what's going on there. I'm going to do the same thing. Actually, right here, I'm going to bevel, right? I'm going to take these edges. Okay. Control B. Okay. Take that a little bit lower. In fact, I'm going to pull this out a little bit too. G, X, 1, half. Okay. Not going to stick out that much. All right. There we go. All right. Next item we're going to do is the faucet. Okay. So to do that, let's see. I'm going to go into here, and I'm going to just do Shift S, cursor selected. I'm going to take it up probably 3 inches. One thing you can do as well is that on your view with your cursor and everything, you can also find your 3D cursor. So on your Z, excuse me, on your Z, you can set it to, all right, let's see. With this one, I'm going to set it to 21. Actually, I'll take it a little bit higher than that. I think it's 24. Okay. So there we go. Now I'm going to do Shift A. And I'm going to make a cube. Okay. So now I'm going to move this over by pressing Tab GX1. So now I have that, so it's going to be wall justified right there. Okay. And then, and as I scale this up, I can just have it so that this is the central point where it scales up at. So let's see. In fact, as I did that, I kind of made it a little bit off center, right? So if I do these guys, I'm going to press slash. We're going to see how off center we are here, right? All right. Okay, so these guys are fine. This one's not. And let's see. And we're going to see how much this one is right here on the y-axis, right? And we're going to move this one so that it matches it. So, let's see. Okay, so I see that this one, if I do Control C on this one, oops, hello. So that one was at. Take this one. This one actually has more accurate stuff. 0.5. Okay, that's better. All right. There. Now we have it in the right place. Okay. So, am I going for total perfection here? No. This is a very intense tutorial. So now, let's see. Shift S. Cursor is selected. All right. In case if I need that. My dimensions I'm going to change now. I'll keep it at 2 across. But for the length, I'm going to take it to 5, I think, on this. 5. Let's see. I'm going to take that to 6. Okay. All right. And then I'm going to do Control A, scale. All right. Okay. And then I'm going to scale this in a little bit. Actually, I'm going to take that out of the. Let's see. All right. I'll take that. Let's see. Okay. So I'm going to go to median point. S, Y. Let's see. I'm going to take that one to 0.8, I think. There we go. So now, take this edge by pressing 2 for that. G, Z. Okay. Then I'm going to do Control R to make an edge loop here. Okay. And then I'm going to take this and extrude it downward. So I'll do 3 for face select. Extrude with E. Then I'm going to delete that face. Okay, now I want to make sure that I have all the faces that I need deleted off. And it looks like if I were to do this, we're good. Okay. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to bevel these. Okay, I did miss this face. So I'm going to delete that one. So now we're going to bevel these. See. Okay. So now, okay, I went into edge select. Not that one. So I'm just selecting all my edges right here. Okay. And I think that I can go with those ones now. From what I'm seeing here, these are the edges I want to bevel. So I'm going to do Control B. All right. I'll do 0.25. All right. There we go. So that takes care of that item now. All right. now we're going to get back into here. So now we have the faucet, tub, vent, drain, surround. Okay. So the last things that we'd need would be just like a valve right here, and then a shower head, and then we're done. All right. So I'm going to take this one and just copy it up. So Shift D, Z, G, X. Okay. And then I'm going to take this. I'll just inset this one, 3. All right, there we go. Inset, extrude along the x-axis. That didn't do very much. Negative 0.125. Let's see. I don't like that result that much. I'm going to try that again. And I'm also going to remove any duplicates. Okay, so that didn't seem to be a problem there. Okay. So we'll inset that again. And then I'm going to turn off this magnet for a moment. I'll inset. Okay, and then I'm going to extrude again. I want it to extrude X. Okay. And then I'm going to make a lever with this, right? So Shift D, X. Let's see. I'm going to take it out about 1/8 of an inch. Okay. E, take it out 2 inches, negative. Take it out 1.5. Okay. Then we'll give ourselves a simple lever here. All right, let's see. And at this point, I'm kind of taking artistic liberties because this is a little bit less precise because faucet manufacturers do different stuff, right? All right, so now take these guys. I'm going to extrude it along the z-axis. Okay, I don't want to have the y included, or the x included, I should say. All right, so now kind of a simple lever there. All right, there we go. Okay, I can see right here that I need to do like a little bit of control on this, right? I put that at 0.8. Yeah, even then I don't like that. Okay, Shift E, 1. G, X. I'll take that down, negative 0.1. Okay, so now I got something there. That one we're going to change to valve. Okay. All right. So now we've got the valve. And last thing we can do, let's take this and duplicate it upward so that we have the shower head a little bit higher, right? Okay, there we go. So now we're going to call this one shower head. Or shower head. We'll do that. All right. There we go. And this was pretty prime for what we're going to do here, right? So I'm going to take it to 3 for face selection. Okay, I'm going to inset this. Now I'm going to extrude it straight out on the x-axis. And then what I'm going to do is that I want to just do a control right click on this, and I'll show you what's going to happen there, right? So that way we can have a gradual transition to an angle, right? And then take that, and then I'm going to extrude and scale it. Take this out. I'll keep going with this, and then I'll scale it in. Then I'll inset it. I don't quite like that. Okay, I'm going to take this. Let's see. Actually, I want to do these one at a time. Yeah, quite like that. Okay. So, take this down. Take it down to 0.8. Fine, we'll do edge slide instead here. Okay. So, edge slide. Okay. So, getting toward the end of this. Shift E1. Okay. Here we go. Shift E1. There we go. Okay. So, I'm not going to do much more here. I know that this has been a really long tutorial here, but this gives you your basic setup for your bathtub. Okay. And so now you have your shower head, you have your valve, you have your tub with the faucet, the tub itself. I also want to shade this smooth. Okay. You have your surround. And so that gets you a tub setup. So lengthy tutorial, I know. And thank you for bearing with me on this. So I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Make sure that you like and subscribe if you haven't done the subscription already, so that you can follow more of my tutorials. So let me know what you thought of this tutorial in the comments below. And thank you so much for watching Nathan's 3D Factory. Have a great day, guys.